best I ever had. You're the best I ever had. The best I ever had. What's up, guys? So today I'm going to be filming a bullet journal video, just kind of explaining everything about bullet journaling. No one's really requested this, but I thought it would be super helpful because when I started bullet journaling, I did not have anyone my age kind of explaining what it was, how they used it, all that type of stuff. And I mentioned bullet journaling in so many, basically every single one of my videos. I decided that I should just make a whole video about it because I feel like not a lot of people know what it is, and it could be useful to some of you guys out there. I made a list in my notes of everything that I need to talk about so I don't miss anything. So yeah, let's just get on into this video. So first off, I want to explain exactly what is bullet journaling. What is it? So basically, obviously, it's a journal. And bullet journaling is a journal that uses the bullet system, which is this system right here. They're like ways to keep track of your life. So this right here that I have in this journal right now is the bullet system. That's why it's called bullet journaling, nothing else. Normally, bullet journals have these little dots on the pages. I don't know if you guys can necessarily see them. They're pretty light, but there are like, this is like a dotted notebook. That's why a lot of people think it is called bullet journaling, but it is called bullet journaling specifically because it uses the bullet system. So any journal that uses that system is technically a bullet journal. What bullet journaling is kind of now, and what the YouTube space of bullet journaling is, it's like artistic journaling is kind of like the more mainstream version of it, is just like artistic bullet journaling. But again, as I said, I'm not saying that's what bullet journaling is. I know that so many people are like very adamant on what bullet journaling is. It uses the bullet system, but if you watch like Amanda Rachel Lee, who is my favorite bullet journal person, or any other YouTube channel like Planning with Kay or anything like that, it's more like an aesthetic bullet journal, artistic, that sort of thing. How did I find out about bullet journaling? Was through social media. I watch Adeline Morin. I'm still a huge fan of her, but I was a huge fan of her a couple years ago. When she started bullet journaling, I was like, I want to do that. So I just started doing the spreads she was doing, and then I slowly discovered Amanda Rachel Lee, and then I started doing her spreads. I found out through social media, and I've stuck with it. A lot of people like try it, and if you don't like it, that's totally fine. Like, it just works for some people and doesn't work for me. I've been doing it for 3 years now, and I absolutely love it, and I use it every day. So now we're going to explain how I use my bullet journal. I'll talk about supplies later in this video. If I can figure out how to like put like sections on this video for like timestamps and stuff, I will like section off this video to what I'm specifically talking about. But this is my bullet journal this year. And so I basically use my bullet journal as a planner that I can use myself, and I can customize it to what I need every single month. Bullet journal is very, very, very customizable, which I will talk about after I talk about this, but I use my bullet journal mainly for a planner, kind of to just like write all my assignments down, and because I have to do a bullet journal every month, it just kind of, to keep me organized is basically why I use it, and it's been working for me for the past 3 years, so definitely recommend it. So now we are going to talk about how bullet journaling can be customizable to you. You do not have to copy exactly what I do. It's your journal, whatever you want. The notebook comes blank like this. There's nothing on these pages. You can do whatever you want to your bullet journal. I do the spreads that Amanda Rachel Lee does. I've just found that her system works for me. A lot of people, like she does, she comes up with her own spreads. You can do that. So you can come up with your own themes. You can make every month the same. It doesn't matter, but I personally like to draw what she draws because it helps me practice my art skills. It helps me draw in different styles that I normally wouldn't draw in. It helps me practice calligraphy in different fonts. So I recommend when you first start to kind of copy what another person does, and then if you want to, you can gradually start doing your own things. I am currently on the month of March, obviously, because it's March. And this is the month that Amanda Rachel Lee did. So, like, if you saw this and you're like, oh, I don't like how she does the small calendar on the side, you could make this a bigger, like, you don't have to do it like this. Like, in my January is a big calendar, so you can do whatever you need for that month. There's also all different types of trackers. There's sleep trackers, mood trackers, habit trackers, water trackers. You can literally do anything. So like the trackers that I use personally are all right here. I use a habit tracker. I have actually started implicating that over the last month. I started doing it, and it actually really helps because I find, at least for me, that a habit tracker works. You don't have to do it like little calendars. You can kind of there's a ton of different ways to do it. If you guys need inspiration, just search like habit tracker on Pinterest or mood tracker or May bullet journal or anything like that, and there will tons and tons and tons of pictures will come up. But I find that when I do it, I do these little calendars and then I color in the circle when I do that habit. I find that I want to fill in the habit. Like I want to fill in the dot. So that kind of pushes me to do the habit because I want like a complete calendar. I want it to all be colored. So if that's something that you know will motivate you, I definitely recommend a habit tracker. I have a YouTube tracker where I just write down what videos I want to do, if I've edited them, and did I post them. So right now the bullet journal explanation video is in this tracker. So I just kind of helps me keep track of like what I want to do on YouTube, and also because I'm trying to post more, I need this tracker to kind of remind me that I need to be posting videos. Then I have an anxiety tracker. I think I've talked about that I've had anxiety on this channel before, but I do. I'm not really going to go in depth into it because I don't think that the whole internet needs to know about it, but it just kind of helps me track how many bad days I've had. So if I have like a bad thing, I write down the what happened, and then I write down the date that it happened. Then because I do voice lessons, I learn basically I'm on like a different group of 4 songs every single month. So I write down my songs that I am learning this month so I can remember to listen to them, practice them, all that type of stuff. And it's fun to flip back and see what songs I was singing when. Again, so many different kinds of trackers. There are so many that I didn't talk about. If you guys there are so many other bullet journal explanation videos. So if you guys are still confused on a specific topic, you can either put a comment down below and I can just respond to your comment, or you can just search on YouTube trackers, bullet journals, explanation video or something like that, and something will definitely come up. There are so many helpful videos out there. I will link a couple channels down below that I have found helpful when I first started bullet journaling. Okay, so now we have come to the part of the video where I talk specifically about supplies. So the only thing that you really need for a bullet journal is a journal and a pen. All you need to bullet journal. You don't need anything more. I am just pretty extravagant with my bullet journal, so I have so much supplies. You do not need this at all. I'm just very passionate about it, and the more you do it, the more you want to get more supplies and try out new things. At least in my case, that's what happened to me. So you do not need all of this stuff to bullet journal. You just need a journal and a pen, and that is it. So I'm going to kind of talk to you guys about the different journals that I have tried. I have tried 3 different journals in my time of bullet journaling. The first one that I tried out is the Moleskine Dotted Notebook. This one was a good beginner notebook. It's smaller, it's more pocket sized than the other notebooks. But this served its purpose. It was a great beginner journal. I found it at Target. It was super accessible, and yeah, it did serve its purpose. The only thing that I would say is there's a lot of bleeding and ghosting that happens. Ghosting means that you can see what you wrote on the I can see what I wrote here on this side of the page, if that makes any sense. So yeah, if you guys don't want ghosting, I wouldn't recommend this, but this is a good starter bullet journal if you don't want to spend too much money on a journal and you just kind of want to try it out. This one's great. It's at Target. It's $15, I think, and it's great. I then, for 2 years, actually this is my 4th year bullet journaling. For 2 years, I used the Luke Sherm 1917 bullet journal, which looks like this. It is obviously a bigger notebook. It comes in so many different colors. I have a white one over there, and this was my 2020 bullet journal. Yeah, this one is I love it. And then I always customized it with a Redbubble sticker, which is on Redbubble, and these you can get on Amazon. They're $20. They're a little bit more expensive than that one, but I would say the main difference in these two is this one is just bigger. This one still has some ghosting happening, a lot of ghosting actually. So if you don't want any ghosting, I definitely wouldn't recommend this. But I will say with thicker paper comes a bigger price. But I think that this one is a great journal. I know a lot of YouTubers still use this journal, and I absolutely definitely recommend this one. I used it for 2 years. I absolutely love it. So the journal that I am using this year is an Archer and Olive A5 notebook. These two have plastic covers, whereas this one has more of like a fabric-y cover. The color has like different emblems on it, so there's so many different ones you can get. This one has thicker paper. That's mainly like the big thing for me was the thicker paper, and this one comes with a pen holder, which I've actually found pretty helpful. So as you guys can see, I did this spread here. Hopefully you guys can see. I'm trying to focus it. But you can't see anything, like you can't see any ghosting or anything, as you guys can see. And I still have like a ton of, I have a full spread on this side. So that's kind of what happens. I'll do a close-up to show you guys what ghosting really is, so you guys get what I mean. Which one's a good one to do this for? Okay. I did an Among Us theme. This is what Amanda actually did, but you see how you guys can see like the outlines of this spread right here? Like you can see these boxes right here. With the Archer and Olive notebook, that does not happen because it has the GSM on this. I think that's what it is. GSM is 160, which basically is just like the thickness of the paper. This is really, really thick paper. Obviously, this comes with a, it's a more pricey notebook. This one's the most pricey out of all of them, but for using it a year long, I think it's a pretty good investment. Like, it's your planner all year, so I definitely recommend this one out of all of them, but they're all good options. Okay, so first things first. This is my bullet journal kit, I should say. I carry this around with me everywhere. Like, if I'm bullet journaling, I go to this. I don't have to like go into my drawer that's full of things. But in here, I keep like all my bullet journal necessities, so I'll kind of talk about like what I think are bullet journal necessities. So the first thing is just a pencil and an eraser. I keep these in here. I pretty much sketch everything out before I draw it in there. Some people don't do that. I personally do because I do not like messing up at all. So yeah, pencil and eraser, pretty self-explanatory. And then I keep all of my fine liners in here. If you are like an art person, like you like art supplies, you should know what a fine liner is. But the fine liner that I use are the Pigma Microns. They look like this. They come in tan packaging. Find them at Michael's or on Amazon. So there is a pack that comes with the 01, 03, and 05 thickness. So if you guys don't know what a fine liner is, it just looks like this. I don't know if you guys can see that, but this one's the 01, and then there's like the 05 is much, much thicker, if you can tell. And then the 03 is kind of in the middle. The one that I use the most is 03. It is my absolute favorite. And then these come in a pack of 3, like these 3 come together, which is the one that I use, that I buy all the time. And then I also bought a 08 just because sometimes I like a thicker line. These are the ones that I primarily use, and they're always in here because I'm using them for every single spread. Another thing that I use for every single spread are the Tombow Fudenosuke hard and soft tip brush pens. So I talked about these in my what I got for Christmas video and my Christmas wish list video. I will link those in an iCard up above and down below. But it comes with a hard and a soft tip brush pen. These are great for starter calligraphy. My calligraphy has gotten so much better because of these. So the hard tip is the navy one, and then the soft tip is the black one. I personally like the hard tip better. It just looks like this. These are like a plastic tip as opposed to a brush tip. Later in the video, I'll talk about the Tombow dual brush pens. Those are a like a brush tip. These are like a plastic tip, but they're still considered brush pens. So I really like these. These are way easier to control than the Tombow dual brush pens. So the last pen I will be talking about are the Jelly Roll pens from Sakura. Yeah, Sakura, Tombow, and Pigma are kind of like and Zebra are like the main bullet journal pen brands. These are they're white gel pens. I started using the 0.8 thickness when I started using these, but I've switched over to the 0.10 thickness because you'll just get a more opaque line with these. I love these so much. Yeah, I definitely recommend the 0.10, but I feel like a white gel pen, like as you start doing more bullet journaling, you will definitely want to have a white gel pen because I use these almost every spread because I write over black a lot, so you'll definitely want to use those. So now I'm gonna get into like extra stuff. Well, first of all, I just keep scissors in here because sometimes I cut paper to do different spreads and stuff, so I just keep scissors in there. And then if you ever glue anything into your bullet journal, you should definitely get this. This is the Tombow, again, the Tombow permanent adhesive roller, Tombow mono permanent adhesive like roller thing. So it looks like this, and it comes with like tape, so you have to buy the actual like this thing. You have to buy like this. That will come with like one of these refillable tape things. And then you can buy like packs of this. This is the glue tape refill pack. These are amazing. I use this in almost every spread. Again, gluing things down is so much easier with this. I definitely recommend you guys get this if you like to do like collages or anything like that. This is amazing. So the last thing that I keep in here are whatever supplies I am specifically only using for this month's spread. So for example, my theme this month only has an accent color of a green, and then I use some different washi tapes, which I will talk about later in the video. So this is the green marker that I am using this month. It is a Crayola Super Tip, and then these are the washi tapes I'm using. And I always keep the gray Mildliner brush pen in here as well, which I will talk about the Mildliner brush pens later in the video, because I always am using gray as an accent, like for shadows and stuff, but I always keep like the specific supplies that I'm using for that month's spread in my kit. That's all that I keep in my kit, and then the other stuff is like kind of extra stuff to kind of pick and choose what else I will be using. Like if I need like a specific color for a spread, this is the stuff that I use and pick out of. So the things that I started off with bullet journaling was that Moleskine notebook, a ballpoint pen, and these bad boys. These are just in a bag. These are the Crayola Super Tips. If you guys have watched like one bullet journal video, everyone talks about these. That's kind of why I got them, because everyone recommends them. They are like $10 for a 50 pack. There are so many different colors, and there's so many more in here. It's amazing, and I absolutely love them. I still use them today. They are, after 4 years, they have lasted me. You pretty much have any color you will ever need in just this pack. So you could just use a ballpoint pen, the notebook, and this, and you will have a great looking bullet journal every single month. I just go the extra mile and I've spent a lot of money on bullet journal supplies, and as you guys saw in what I got for Christmas in my Christmas wish list video, this is what I wanted, so I do ask for this stuff a lot. But this is the main markers I would recommend is the Crayola Super Tip markers. So now let's just say you want to get into the brush pen world. Brush pens are a whole another range. There's so many different categories of markers in the world of bullet journaling, but the ones that I started out using are the Tombow dual brush pens. You can find them at Michael's is where I got mine, and on Amazon. Amazon has everything. But this is what they look like. I have a lot more, but I just kind of grabbed a stack of them. So this is what the packaging looks like on them. On one side, it's like a thin tipped marker, and then on the other side, it's a big brush pen. This is what a brush pen is. So I love these. You can get them in so many different color packs. You can buy them individually. The first black brush pen that I started using to do my calligraphy was one of these. It's a good beginner marker. I will say it's a little bit harder to control, but I did learn my calligraphy with them, and my calligraphy has definitely gotten better. So yeah, you can buy a pack of them with a black in it, and you're good to go. So these are the first brush pens that I got. One more brush pen. These actually just came out. These are the Zebra Mildliner brush pens. I will talk about the regular Zebra Mildliners a little bit later, but these are really nice if you kind of like the more muted color scheme. I would say go with these. These are they're basically highlighters is what they're supposed to be, but everyone uses them for bullet journaling. So they look like this. I got this pack, this 10 pack at Target, but they have like a 15 pack at Michael's with all the colors if you want those. So it looks like this. It comes with, again, a like thinner side and then a brush tip side. So yeah, I would say these are very similar to the Tombow dual brush pens in like the sense of the brush tip. Like they kind of feel the same in your hand, but these are just, you're gonna find more muted colors if you go with these. So if you like the more muted vibe, like not super opaque ink, these are a good option. Another marker is the regular zebra Mildliners. They come in packs of 5. There are 5 packs of them, I think. I bought all mine. There's like a thing on Amazon that's $25 and it comes with all 5 packs. That's where I got mine. It comes with 5 different colors. There's like different color sets. A lot of mine are either in my pencil case or I'm using them in my bullet journal like kit downstairs, my kit. But they look like this, very similar to the brush tip packaging. They have a thin side and then they have like a highlighter side. Again, like I said, I think they're marketed as highlighters in like Japan and stuff, but in the bullet journal world, they're very, very prominent. These are amazing. Again, more muted colors, and yeah, I really like these. So those are all like the pens and stuff that I use, but there's also other things that I use. So one of the things that I talked about earlier is washi tape. My favorite washi tapes are from the Amanda Rach Lee Shop Amanda Rach Lee line. They have a ton of good supplies. They have notebooks, they have planners. So if you guys like the bullet journaling aesthetic, but you don't have time to necessarily bullet journal, you can buy her planners that are just kind of like the spreads already done and it's in black and white. You can just color in. Those are really, really cool. But her washi tapes are amazing. I talked about them a little bit in my Christmas wish list videos, which I keep mentioning. And yeah, so this is one of these sets that I have. And I love this. It just kind of spruces up your bullet journal. Like in February, I used it a lot. And in March, you can do like a lot of different things with it. Like in March, I'm cutting it up and using it as like planters. It's just a really fun like other material. I don't know like the actual word, but that you can use in your bullet journal, and I really like the Amanda H. Lee ones. Okay, so another thing that I use a lot are from Archer and Olive. I love their stuff is really cool. So they have these notepads, which again I talked about what I got for Christmas and wish list. But they look like these. First of all, they're really cute. So if you wanted to like set these on your desk, they're so cute. But they are dotted. This one is craft paper. I also have the black one. And you can just like rip this out and stick it in your bullet journal. So like in my beginning spreads, I used a lot. So like you guys can see, like I stuck it in there and like did different things with it. You can like rip it and do like titles with it. So yeah, other papers are really cool, but these notebooks are really, really, really cool. So I love the craft paper one. As I said, I've already used it in this bullet journal. And then in my bullet journal last year, there was a whole month where I used a ton of black paper, as you can see. Like, look at that. And I didn't have the notepad, but the notepad is like fitted to the size of the notebook, and it's super easy. They have black bullet journals also, so if you're like are interested in drawing in black with like white pen or something, they also have black bullet journals. But this is like the black paper one, so if I ever need a black paper, I can just use that. So yeah, I love the Archer and Olive notepads. Pretty much anything from Archer and Olive is going to be good. And it's a small business and a women-owned business and a black-owned business, so yeah. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to talk about is my HP Sprocket printer. I love this. Pretty much any phone printer works. Like the Instax one, if you like Polaroids better than just regular pictures, you could totally use that. But I do like a memories page every single month. So these like little pictures are printed from this, and they come out on like sticker paper. You can just stick it in there. So I just like traced out the like color, like the size. I just traced out a one of the pictures from this, and then I just stick it in there after every month, and it just kind of like lets me flip through my year. Like in this bullet journal, you guys can see like my 2020 in pictures, which is really, really cool. I started doing this a couple years ago, and I really like doing that, so I recommend a photo printer, because then you don't have to like carry around a Polaroid or anything. You can just like print them out from your phone. So yeah, guys, that is a deep dive into bullet journaling. I hope this video wasn't too long, and I hope that you guys learned a little bit. I have been bullet journaling, as I said 3, but I've actually been bullet journaling for 4 years now. This is my 4th year, 2021. If you guys want me at the end of the year to do a full bullet journal flip through, I will totally do that. As I said in the beginning, I do not take credit for any of these spreads that I have showed you in this video. Amanda Rachel Lee, I am like totally just copying what she does, because I am not comfortable yet. I've been doing it for 4 years, and I'm not ready to do my own spreads. You can go at your own pace. It's such a great way to express yourself, and you can use it every day. It'll keep you organized, and I absolutely love doing it. If you guys have any questions that I did not answer in this video, just leave them down below. I will try to link as many of the things that I said in this video as I can in the description, also with some channels that I think, if you guys want to get into bullet journaling, they are really, really helpful. I love you guys so much, and make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below any other videos you want to see from me. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!